right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. And thank you for coming to the Renters' Rights Workshop. We are going to wait for a few minutes. Actually, everybody seems to be here. And we will start right away. I am Taylor, the program manager, development manager at LGBTQ allyship. And first, I want to take a moment to remember that we are on the Duwamish people's land, to recognize that we are there on their land, and you can learn more at Real Rent Duwamish and think about maybe paying some rent to the land that we live on, that we have taken from them, and support them and their efforts at uniting. So, additionally, today we will be answering questions you might have around the end of Seattle eviction moratorium, which ended on February 28th, along with what it means to negotiate with your landlord actively seeking rental assistance funding through Washington and King County. We also would like to remind you that LGBTQ allyship builds power among LGBTQ community and its allies throughout Washington, working towards economic, housing, racial, and gender justice. If you are interested in working with allyship to fight economic and housing justice for the queer and trans community, please let us know via email. If you want to join our Seattle Queer Renters' Rights Committee or our Queer Worker Rights Committee, you can also drop a line at info@allyship.org. And again, that's info@allyship.org. You can also go to our website and check us out there at allyship.org. Great. So we're going to start off with our first renters' right law, and that's that is a law that just passed this last year, thanks to a lot of the great work that other organizations along with us and really community members such as yourself that has helped pass this law, and it's become a Washington state law. It used to be only in Seattle. And so we're excited that the Just Cause Eviction Ordinance, which was placed in the since 1990, and also now statewide, like I said, the Just Cause Eviction Ordinance was passed at state level earlier, and it protects residential tenants from being from the beginning to the end of their lease so that won't be penalized for being asked to leave their residency without a just cause. So the pandemic played a huge part in this role and getting the bill passed, as so many renters throughout the state was struggling financially, and state legislators are learning about renters' experience. The Just Cause Eviction Ordinance is also something that legislators at the city and county level are working to strengthen for renters. So what does it mean, Just Cause Eviction Ordinance? It extends protections to tenants with fixed term leases, such as a 6-month or a 12-month lease, rather than only a month-to-month renters. So month-to-month renters had this law in place, and now it has been extended to the 6 and 12-month leases. With all the background sorry. That was not what I was trying to get to. There is, what does the just cause ordinance do? The month. There is only 18 legal reasons you can be evicted. Some of those reasons are consistently paying your rent late and violating your rental agreement, or if your landlord wants to move into the unit, you can sue them to small claims court for $2,000, and if they don't. Another one is if the landlord lies and didn't move out or move into the unit after you've moved out. And then there's a complete list for other reasons why, and you can check that out at the Seattle Seattle Department of Construction and Inspection Renter's Handbook. But reminder, your landlord must state one of the 18 reasons in a written notice, and it needs to be written. It needs to be on paper, and why the termination is happening, and they must give you at least 20 days before the end of your rental period to give you this notice. So you get the notice, you see why. They say that you haven't been paying your rent consistently or on time, and you only missed one. You can rebuttal that. You paid the fee, maybe. So there's lots of different ways to work with your landlord and having these conversations. But if they do not put in writing why they have a just cause to end your lease, and they don't give it to you 20 days prior to the end of your rental agreement, then you have the right to stay. You will need to connect with the City of Seattle's Construction and Inspection, and or you can also talk to the Tenant Law Center, and both of those will help you. There's also the Northwest Justice Project that can help you with that. Or you can contact Allyship. We're more than happy to connect you with the right resources. All right, so additionally, additional protection. Eviction protections have been made. These were related to Seattle providing additional protections for qualified renters after the moratorium expired. And one of those protections is the right to counsel. So renters in Seattle that are facing eviction who can't afford an attorney can get free legal support through the Seattle Housing Justice Project. I'm sorry, it's just Justice Project, Housing Justice Project. And you can, if you get an eviction notice, you can call the Renting in Seattle helpline at 206-684-5700. And they will help review the notice to see if it's in compliance with the city regulations and offer you resources. And also you can dispute through a dispute resolution center and have support in also making a payment plan. So you want to make a payment plan. We have 6 months in Seattle to figure out the legal resources around making a payment plan with your landlord if you are behind. So right now, there's no questions. So I want to go down to talking to you all about the importance of these protections that have been made for us. It's not done at silo. These are things that have happened because we know that landlords try to remove people and evict people during COVID. So these laws were made to protect renters. And there are additional laws that are also out there that we talk about and want to make sure that people know about. You can find a lot of these, like I said earlier, on construction and inspection. Go to the seattle.gov. You can type in Seattle Renters' Rights or Seattle Renters Handbook. And in the handbook, it gives you a list of your rights. And that allows you to make sure that A, you are following your due diligence, and B, your landlord's following their due diligence. And if you have any questions, you can contact allyship, or you can contact construction and inspection and report a grievance. All right, so we have some resources that we will be that are on our website that you always can check out. And again, that's at allyship.org, and go to our resource page. And we have a list of resources that provide you with resources around financial assistance programs. A lot of those are ending, and the money is dwindling, but it doesn't mean that it's not there, and it doesn't mean that you shouldn't apply for it. In case they do get another lump sum, because we don't know what's going to happen next. And you can also check out with King County Eviction Protection Rental Assistance Program, which is King County EPRAP. And then also you'll want to check out the resources around if you do get an eviction notice. You want to make sure that you check in with the construction and inspection in City of Seattle, so that they make sure, if you don't know what if the wording that needs to be on the eviction notice, you want to make sure that it's being said correctly, because otherwise it doesn't uphold. All right. Moving down and past our resources, I wanted to talk to you about mask, vaccine, and test kits. We all know that the moratorium has ended as of February 28th, and COVID is still in existence. Vaccines really are your first defense in making sure that you are protected. Even though the vaccine verification policy in King County is no longer in effect as of March 12th, which just happened, actually March 11th, just happened at the beginning of this week. King County stopped requiring masks in many of the indoor public places, and people are able to make their own choices to wear or not wear a mask. Businesses may decide, though, that they want their employees and customers to still wear a mask, such as a small mom and pop, maybe grocery store, or a business or a restaurant. You still have to wear it coming in, but it'll be posted normally on their doors. Please make sure that you are respectful and wear your mask when asked to. And if other people are not wearing their mask at one of those locations that have asked for it, be respectful and just veer around and avoid confrontation. We also know that there are unmasked people that will have outbursts. And so we would like to make sure that our community is safe. So these are areas where we want to take care of ourselves and each other, right? the pandemic is not over yet. And though it has decreased in cases due to the increase of vaxxed people, we want to make sure that everybody is vaccinated, that they've had their booster, and those are the things that will protect you. It is important to keep your mask handy in case you do go to a facility that does require a mask. You are still required to wear your mask on the bus, public transportation. Some of the Uber cars are still asking people to wear a mask for close vicinity type spaces, and then hospitals and courts, and also detentions. So those are areas that are still requiring to wear a mask. You want to maybe also, in overcrowded places, put on your mask. I know that I went to a concert the other day and everybody was not everybody was wearing their mask, but quite a few people were still wearing their mask because it was quite crowded. So it is nice to know that people are out there still protecting themselves and each other and keeping everybody safe. If you do have symptoms of COVID-19, you can take a test, and it's a at-home test. You can order that through King County. You can also order that through just the King County website, and you can get a test if you are concerned that you may have contracted COVID. Maybe somebody you know has COVID and you were around them, or you were in a place where a lot of people were unmasked and you want to test. You can do the test at home. If you test positive, you then want to make an appointment to get an additional test. And you can go to Say Yes COVID Test. SayYesCOVIDtest.org or .com, I believe it is, and get a free home test kit sent to your mail, and that goes through UPS. It's the United States Postal will send you the test kit, and you can get up to 2 per household members. I believe that is correct. And you want to make sure that you have 2, so that if you test, there's instructions, and the instructions are pretty self-explanatory inside. Please check out the resources on our website to get more information, and I will be more than happy to follow up if you email info@allyship about any of these questions or any of the information around COVID-19 test sites or test kits. Test sites are being closed down slowly, but it doesn't mean that you have to pay for your test. You can go to the hospital and get a test taken, and it will be free. If you have insurance, they'll ask for your insurance, but you will not be billed. So if there's no other information, I want to thank you. And if you'd want to join allyship in the fight to economic and housing justice for queer and trans community, you can send us an email at info@allyship, and I will send you a link to sign up there and fill out some questions. Otherwise, I hope that you have a safe and wonderful time. And then if you have any questions, info@allyship. Thank you very much.